everyone, hope you are good and be happy always. And today we will discuss the concept of costs. See, costs are very important when you have to do any business, and when you do any business you have to make many sacrifices in terms of your own job or your own house rent, etc. So we will discuss them all right now. So let's start with our production of any commodity. Take for example, we have a bakery. Whenever you do any business, may it be very small or may it be very big, you have to use two types of inputs. These are the factor inputs and non-factor inputs. What are the factor inputs? Do you get reminded of something you heard in other previous classes? That is factors of production. You can relate with factors of production, that is factor inputs, just like land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship, etc. We have studied previously also, beforehand also, that factors of production are 4 in number. So all these are known as factor inputs. Then non-factor inputs. Non-factor inputs are the raw materials that we have to purchase when we have to do any type of production. So what are the different types of inputs we use? Factor inputs and non-factor inputs. That is fun. You can say fun, FN. That is fun, FN. You can remember by this name, fun. Then the costs. The cost, that means the expenses that you have to undertake to do any type of business, are different sacrifices. You have to do lot many sacrifices to do any business. Why do we do sacrifice? Because when we do any type of business, we are foregoing some opportunity, and that's why these costs are known as opportunity costs. Basically, the production cost we will discuss in the syllabus of class 12, that is only production cost and not the selling cost. I'll differentiate between these two also, but we will first discuss opportunity cost. What is opportunity cost? The cost of next best alternative. When we do any business, what is our best alternative? That business, of course. So my best alternative right now is doing my business or managing this bakery of mine. So best alternative is my business right now. And what is the next best alternative? Next best is my job, whatever I am doing, or if I am opening that business in my home, in my premises, that my rent of my house is my best alternative, all this, and the money in my bank, that is my alternative. So all these things I have right now, but I am giving them up all to do my business. So these costs, that means if I leave my job, then I am foregoing something 50,000 to 1 lakh rupees per month. I am not getting them, or I am not getting the rent of my house in which I will be opening my business of any type. So all these sacrifices which I make to do this business are the cost of this producing this. Okay, this is the cost, and we will discuss them in detail right now here. Now, the costs are of two types, basically production cost and the selling cost. Production cost, the cost which are involved in production of any commodity, that is the production cost. And selling cost, what is that? When we do any type of business, when we produce something just like bread in our bakery, or the buns or the pastries or biscuits and whatever eatables we are manufacturing in this bakery, these are the commodities, and so we have to sell them. And whatever advertisement cost, then we have our vendor commissions, right? We pay commission to vendors to make our commodity popular and sell it to other people. So these type of costs are involved in a selling cost, but we are not to discuss them right now because they are not in your 12th syllabus right now. So we'll discuss only the production cost. Now, production costs are what? Opportunity cost. We have already discussed what is opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is the cost of opportunities that we forego to do this business. This is opportunity cost, and this opportunity cost is of two types. Number one is explicit cost. Explicit cost is the cost of the raw material or the resources that we purchase from market or external environment to do our business. Just like hiring some manager to do our business, purchasing raw material from the market, paying the license fee, or paying something, electricity bill, telephone bills, etc. These are the explicit costs. And we can remember this by relating it with the term XEX. It's X here, that means external sources. Whatever expenses we have to incur to purchase things from outside or resources from outside to do our business are known as explicit costs. Okay, then implicit cost, own resources. Many times initially in our business, when we don't have that much amount of finances or money in our hands, what do? We manage our business on our own. We don't hire a manager. We open our business or start our business in our own premises, just like in our garage, in our room, or in our building, etc., whatever we have. So in that manner, what we are doing, we are using our own resources for doing our business. So when we use our own resources to do that business, and we are foregoing our own opportunities. See, for example, I explained right now, as I said previously, that when we do our business, we quit our job. So our job, we may be earning 1 lakh rupees per month or 50,000, whatever one is getting. So we are foregoing this amount. That means we are not getting this amount now, and we are managing our business. So this is the cost. Okay, this is implicit cost. Then rent of our room or house we have at our hand. So rent may be of 20,000 rupees, 20k. So this too is what cost? Which cost? Implicit cost, because this is our house that we can put to rent and earn some earning. Or the cost of our own resources, just like the wheat we have in our fields. If I have some fields and if I have wheat in that, so flour I can use for manufacturing bread, that too is a cost. But right now we will consider only two costs, that's our job and our house rent. So this is our implicit cost. Implicit, understood? Implicit cost, that means cost of my own resources that I am foregoing to do this business. Then explicit cost, I have to purchase raw material. Raw material may be of 2,000 rupees. Then I may have to hire labor from outside. Then that cost may be also 2,000 rupees, only labor, casual labor. And the manager, suppose, and manager may take something like 50,000 rupees. So this total cost, the total amount, okay, that will be known as, that means 1 lakh, how much? 50, 20, 70 and 74. 1 lakh 74,000 rupees is the cost of doing this business right now. This is the example, okay? Don't worry about that. So explicit, implicit cost clear. Now move on to the short run cost. When we do have some business, we do it in either in the short run and the long run. And the long run is made up of small short runs, because short run 1 plus short run 2 will make your long run. Just like 6 months plus 6 months make a year, right? So these are the short runs. 2 short runs make 1 year. So this is long run, you can say. And long run and short run for every business are different. Just like for a vendor shop of vegetables, 1 month may be a short run, and for a sugar mill or sugar plant or a bakery plant, 1 year or 2 years may be a short period. So short periods are different for different businesses. Now we will discuss short run right here. In short run, your total cost comprises of 2 types of cost: total fixed cost and total variable cost. What is fixed cost? Fixed cost is the cost of fixed factors of production, and variable cost is the cost of variable factors of production, that we discussed in our previous video. Like fixed factors are what? Like plant, machinery, the building we operate in, that is known as our what? Fixed factor of production. So here fixed cost is related to the cost of fixed factors of production, and total variable cost is the cost of all the resources that are variable nature. Like variable means changing nature, like raw material, casual labor, electricity bill of phone calls, etc. This is variable cost. So total cost consists of what? Total fixed cost and total variable cost. Clear? Now move on to next thing, that is the schedule of your total fixed cost. How do we see that? Okay, here we have taken units of output. That means we will produce something, just like bakery we are having, and we are producing bread. So here the output starts from 0. We are not producing anything, that means 0 output. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the sets of bread or the packets of bread, you can take anything. Don't worry about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can write that. Then total fixed cost in rupees, lakh rupees I have written. Why? Because machines are costly and you have to spend really a hefty amount to manage, to bring up your business, okay, to have a plant or machinery. So here we have taken 10 lakh rupees. Total fixed cost, you can see here, this is 10 lakh, 10 lakh, 10 lakh, 10 lakh, or goes on. That means in short run, your total fixed cost remains constant. Why? Because in short run, we are setting up a plant only for once and buying machines only for once. And in short run, we can purchase new machines and buy a new building or set up new buildings. So, total fixed cost in short run remains constant. Clear? Okay. Then the graph for this is, right, here you are drawing, we have drawn x-axis and y-axis by default. Till now you might have understood how we draw the graphs of in economics. So we draw x-axis, that is horizontal, and the vertical axis, and thereafter we take any digit over here, that is 10 lakh rupees over here we have taken. On vertical axis we have taken total fixed cost. Yay. This is the total fixed cost axis, okay, and this is output axis here. So here when you are doing some output, and for that output in short run your cost remains constant, fixed cost. So this curve is horizontal. You will draw just a parallel line to your x-axis. This is your total fixed cost curve. Isn't it simple, right? Then we will move on to total variable cost. Total variable cost is the cost of variable factors that we use in the production of our commodity or output. Now see here, units of output as we took before, the same subheads are there. Units of output 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as they were before, and now here TVC, total variable cost. You can see the difference over here. It's 0. If output is 0, your total variable cost is also 0. But in total fixed cost, the output was 0, but still your total fixed cost was 10. Why? Because even if you don't manufacture anything, then also if you intend to manufacture bread, then you have to first set up a bakery and buy a baking machine, and that's all. Before that you can't manufacture even a single packet of bread. So fixed cost remains constant and it starts from 0. At 0 output also your fixed cost is 10. That means you have to bear fixed cost even if you don't manufacture anything at 0 output also. But you have to bear variable cost only when you are manufacturing anything. Okay, so if output is 0, your variable costs are also 0. Okay, then when output is one set of bread or packets of bread or one stock of bread, then we have one output and 10 is the cost. Okay, 10 rupees is the cost for one packet of bread, and then 2 packets 18 rupees, 3 packets 24, and then the cost keeps on increasing. But you can see initially the cost decreases. Here the difference in cost is becoming lesser and lesser. Why? Because initially your total variable cost increases at decreasing rate. Why? Because as we manufacture a single packet of bread, some of the commodities or raw material will be left out. Like when we at our homes also, when we make burger, pizza, we buy mayonnaise or sauce or anything like that, and the pepper and all. So some of the things are left from the first making of that, for production of our bread or making of that bread. So we can use those leftovers in the manufacturing of other packets of other sets of our production. So that's how we are having this decreasing, that means decreased rate of increase in TVC. TVC increases at a decreasing rate initially, and thereafter the difference again increases. Initially it was 8, the difference is 10, then 8, 6, 4. Here it's lowest, and then again when we start manufacturing at higher levels, your difference increases. This is 6 units, so your TVC is increasing at a decreasing rate. Now this is a graph of TVC. Here we have taken output on x-axis, TVC on y-axis, just like that, the previous graph. And now we have made this as a wave. Why? Because initially your output is of 0 and TVC was also 0. Here 0, 0. Okay, then your output increased and your TVC is increasing, but at a decreasing rate, and from here after it is increasing and increasing rate. So this is a wave-like graph, and don't put too much stress on your brain. Just make a wave-like TVC and you are all sorted. Okay, then we will discuss the difference between fixed cost and the variable cost. What is the cost in short? Difference for fixed cost do not change with quantity of output. As we discussed before, fixed cost will never change with the quantity of output in short run. The maximum capacity, if suppose the maximum capacity of one baking machine in one day is 1000 buns of bread, 1000 buns. Okay, a machine can manufacture 1000 buns in one day. It can bake. So after we manufacture 1000 buns in that machine in one day, we will have to bear the same fixed cost. So it will not change for that output in short run. Then second is it remains same in short run for output, zero output or maximum output. So in short run, till you manufacture 1000 buns of bread, your fixed cost will remain constant. Then example, rent, wages of permanent staff. Permanent staff means manager or the typist or the reception people. These are the fixed permanent staff, so they do not change on everyday basis with increase in production, so they are the part of fixed cost. The license fee you have to pay once, a license fee. Then cost of plant and machinery, these all are fixed cost. Okay, then variable cost. Changes with quantity of output, as we discussed before. When we increase production of our output, our variable cost will also increase. Then zero for zero output. If our output is zero, then cost will also be zero. Variable cost will be zero in short run. And increase and decrease with output. Then example, cost of raw material, as we discussed, we have to purchase all the raw materials and the cost we bear is variable cost. It will increase and decrease with our increase and decrease in production. Wages of casual labor. When we manufacture more bread, we need more labor, and when we manufacture lesser output in our bakery, we need less labor. That means more manufacturing, more labor, more production, more labor, and less production, less labor. Like less production, less raw material, more production, more raw material. Expenses of electricity. When we do production for only one day, the electricity will be of lesser amount, and when we manufacture do our production for whole month, then our cost of that means bill will be of larger amount. So that's clear, difference is clear. Now fixed and variable cost, how do they act, or how do they can be interpreted over here. Now the graph is almost same, the schedule is almost same, like here units of output as we have taken before, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, same. TFC is same, total fixed cost is same, 10 lakh, 10 lakh, 10 lakhs, this is same. Total variable cost is also same, 0, 8, 18, 24, 28, like this in this graph. So what we are doing, we are combining these two schedules to make this final schedule of total cost, right? And then total fixed cost plus total variable cost is equal to total cost. Now add them up, 10 plus 0 is 10, 10 plus 10, 20, 10 plus 18, 28. Likewise, we got our total cost. Here, this is additional column we have added in this table, nothing else. The schedule is same. Now, on the basis of this schedule, we will make a graph. Now, for graph also, we are just combining both the graphs. Now, what we can see, what was the curve of total fixed cost? It was horizontal to x-axis. Simple, we will make a horizontal curve on x-axis. Here, this is a horizontal curve. Simple. What is this? This is TFC. Simple. TFC, total fixed cost. It was horizontal to x-axis. Same will be here. Then TVC, how it was made? It started from 0 because 0 production, 0 TVC. And more production, more TVC. Okay. So here we will start from 0. Likewise, like a wave, we will do that. Here, this is what? TVC, total variable cost. Then, from this 10 lakh rupees, here you can see TC is at 0 output, TC is what? Total cost is what? 10 lakh rupees. So, your TC curve or total cost curve will start from 10 lakh rupees, and we will just make it like a wave because it will change with additions in total variable cost. Here, we are making this now. Like your wave again, one wave again, and this is your TC, that is total cost. So first is TFC plus TVC, and it is equal to total cost curve. So two waves and one horizontal curve. Simple, and you can just visualize it how you make a horizontal curve and two waves on that, and that is your all, and you are sorted with this. So that was pretty simple and cool to understand the concept of costs in your daily life. See, whatever business you are into and whatever small and the large business you do, you will have to bear implicit and the explicit cost at every stage. So you will never give up your own business. You will always use your own resources or your own labor. You will always use them. So in that case, you will always have to bear implicit and the explicit cost. And here, factor inputs, non-factor inputs, clear? cost, production cost, selling cost, opportunity cost. You all have to sacrifice, make sacrifices to do your business. So that's all for today. Keep watching our videos, keep sharing them and help grow us. And thanks for watching, subscribing and liking the videos. Thank you so much and take care.